Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is not something I usually do, but it's something that I have to get off my chest. Um, I do not like the costuming for Bill and Ted Face the Music. And I don't know why. Maybe because it's just ugly, but then again, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is where I am drawing the most inspiration because it's clearly the movie that inspired the costuming for the third, judging by the colors, is also not great. But it's the late 80s, early 90s, so I'll give them a break. But I thought I would figure out just exactly why I don't like the choices that were made, because I really, really, really like the costuming choices made in the original. I think there are so many cute little elements that as I was doing it, as I was like drawing them, I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And yeah, I do appreciate, like, first things first, let's get this off the bat. I like that they kept the coloring, Bill is blue, Ted is like orange, red, and that's about where it stops. Yeah, so I thought I would like try and see why I don't like these designs and then redesign them into something that I think would look better. Okay, so for Bill and Ted, the core elements that I wanted to keep was that these are adult men and they are no longer teenagers in the 80s. They are adult men in 2020. 20, whatever this movie was released, I can't remember. I think it was 2019 or something. So things that I didn't want to change is anything physically about their appearance. It was literally just costuming and maybe the hair. So I kept any physique. I'm not going to change them or their face. I was working with that to complement that. And number two is I really wanted to draw inspiration from the original movie, where I feel like they did the costuming the best, because I feel like they really had strong themes, and I was drawing it, and every time I would reach an element of the design in the original movie, I was like, oh my god, this feels really well placed, whereas I just don't get that in the third movie. I don't like Bill's blue shirt with the horse on it, the horses on it. Oh cute, wild stallions. It's ugly, and I don't like how it fits. So I decided to give him back a sweater, because I'm not going to give him a crop top, unfortunately. I would love to, but not yet. I gave him back his sweater because I felt like that was a truly important part of his look. I always think of that blue sweater. Whereas what they were doing is they have the blue shirt and then they had this yellow flannel, which the yellow flannel obviously for the second movie, but did not love the combination, so I just went back to the white shirt sweater, but I just gave it a little more like modern energy to it, so like the higher collar than the not the loose fit, because that's it's 80s, everything was loose. And I definitely gave him back, well, I gave him his loose jeans because I don't think I'd ever catch that man dead in anything tighter. And I also gave him back the Converse because even though Bill and Ted are wearing a sneaker type shoe, I personally just love the original Converse that they had. The hair, personally, I think is great. I think that is exactly the modernization. It's just Alex's hair. And here I am getting the color palettes. I was working with the traditional, like the white, the blues of the first movie, and then I had the green and yellow of the second movie. I don't end up using a green because I don't know, I just felt like keeping to the blues, and then the yellow would be the sort of different color. And then I ended up switching and getting, because I remembered I have Ted's colors to put into the costuming, because that was one thing that was really, I loved about the original, is I loved the fact that there were some elements in the actually it was the shoelaces, where they each had each other's colors, the red and the blue on. So Ted had the blue, Bill had the red. It was adorable. And one thing I also want to emulate while I'm doing it right now is Bill had these colors on his sweater. It was like this blue and the purple, and I loved that, and so I wanted to incorporate a fun daggish pattern that's reminiscent of the time period that the original movie came out in. So I gave him this like the carpet pattern, the 80s carpet pattern, and I thought that was really cute. And then I wanted to bring back in the horses, the wild stallions, so I just gave them little horseshoes on the jeans. And I also I did the WS in the jumper because I thought that was just cute. And yeah, then I'm just fixing the color palette. Okay, so with Ted, I wanted to... Okay, listen. There were two things I wanted to do right off the bat. It's number one, get rid of that god-awful button-up. I hate that with a passion. And number two, give Keanu back his goddamn facial hair. He feels so weird without facial hair. I can't see him without it anymore. Okay, and I just don't think he should have a button up. I feel like that's something that his dad would want, and I feel like that shouldn't be Ted's character. I don't think Ted should have a button up. So I gave him back a white shirt, and then I gave him pants with just a slight slimmer fit than Bill's, and then I gave him a jacket over the top, obviously reminiscing his old orange jacket that he would wear all the time around his waist. I personally love that orange jacket, but I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make this one orange, it's just gonna be a different denim jacket. And then I fail and I make it orange because I love it. And then yeah, I really wanted to have Ted be a little bit like daggish, because I don't know if you saw, but he's literally wearing like he's got a grey blazer, he's got an orange button up, and he's got like grey pants, and he's got like blue sneakers, which is quite literally, I don't know how horrendous and like disgusting of an outfit they wanted to put together, but oh boy did they achieve a horrendous outfit, which I can't say is any better than the original, but at least the original was like camp. That's just, the other one's just a bad combination. I also gave him patches on his jeans, because I feel like that's a little bit alternative, you know, a little bit edgy, but also it mimics the original pants that he had. Ted has a lot more of a limited color palette than Bill, and so I wanted to make the most of that. I also kind of wanted to make him a little bit emo, just for funsies. So I was definitely going to keep the black color palette, and originally I was like orange shirt, and then I was like because obviously they're going to take off the outer layer. That was kind of like the whole, like, you know, that's kind of what they did in the original, that's what they just do, they take off like the outer pieces. And so I was like, you know, that'll be a good way to like differentiate between you know, Bill's white shirt and then Ted would have an orange shirt. And then I was like, no, that's kind of what makes them like cohesive and like brings them together, is they both have like these white shirts. So I gave him a white shirt, and then of course I had to give him the orange jacket. And then I was like, okay, if I'm gonna give him an orange jacket, I might as well like make it weathered. So I added patches and yada yada yada. I ended up scrubbing that because I was like, that's too close to the pants. And I just don't want to be boring and have two different things. Where I got the shoelaces idea where they have like red and blue shoelaces, I just gave them red and orange, orange and blue Converse. And then I was trying to think of like what elements they would have on the shirt, and I tried to give Ted the horse face, and I was like, this is gross. Like I want to do like a wild stallion, but like this is gross. And so I just end up making the horseshoes look like an S, and I was like, wild stallions.